Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to create an iOS plugin to display PDF using PDFKit in Godot game engine. So let's get started. So we won't be using any web view. I will show you the native way of doing things. I will show you for like how to, suppose if your PDF is bundled with your iOS application with that way, or if your PDF is located on your server that way as well. So as usual you would require macOS with Xcode installed, and also I have created a sample like just an empty Godot folder. You don't have to create it, it's just that there will be multiple projects by the end of this tutorial, so it might become difficult to manage. That's why I have created this. We will be making use of this Swift Godot plugin, and also the thing which you see right now on screen is just a cheat sheet which I have created. So I can just open this particular thing. It says that just open Xcode, go to file, new, package. Let's just wait. Here select multi-platform, select library, select next, then go to wherever you want to save it. So I want to save it to the empty Godot folder which I have created. Also here you can name this library whatever you feel like. I'll just name it as my library just for convenience sake, but do remember this name because this name will be used in lot other places as well. So I'll just click on create. Now let's go to the documentation. Here you can see they have told us the same thing. We have already created this. Then it tells us to add this dependency block. So again, that is part of my cheat sheet. You can just copy it from the documentation as well. So if you see, they tell us to add this dependency after products. So after products, inside package.swift, I can just add this. Make sure you press Command S, so it will automatically download the dependencies for you with the help of Swift package manager. So here you can see it has downloaded it for me. Then let's see what it says next. Next is we have to add this platform, but here instead of macOS we have to add iOS. So here it is. So I'll just copy this again. Let me just check. After name we have to add, so after name I'll just press this, enter this. Make sure you add this comma as well. I have kept the minimum deployment target of iOS as 17 because I was facing some issues on iOS 15. Not really checked iOS 16, but yeah, and this is just a test project, so it's fine for me. Okay, then we have to add this type dynamic. So here you can see inside library name we have to add this type dynamic. So I'll just paste it over here. Then we have to add this dependencies block as well. So again I'll just copy this, and again I'll just scroll down, and here inside target name we can add this dependencies block, and after this name I will add a comma, and we can paste it like this. Now I'll just improve the indentation a little bit. You don't have to do this, and if you want you can press Command S as well, just to be on the safer side. Then we have to go to, also yeah, at the time of me recording this video, Swift Godot does not support Swift version 6, so it's better you check the Swift Godot documentation whether it supports Swift version 6 and above or not. So for now I will just make this as 5.10. Then we have to go to my library.swift file. Now I will cheat a little. I have already created one sample project. From that I will just copy this code. So here is one file, and this is the second file which I want to copy. So I'll just go to this particular file. I'll copy everything. Now there is a catch. So first so suppose if you have a Godot scene, inside that if you want to embed a PDF view, that would be very difficult. So what approach I have taken is that I am displaying the PDF view inside a new screen. So yeah, that's the only approach which I could figure it out. Otherwise you will have to use web views of Godot, which itself has a lot of problems and does not offer additional like advanced capabilities of PDF viewing. That's why I'm using this approach. So I've imported UIKit as well as Swift Godot. This is boilerplate code which you have to write. Here you will have to change it to your own library name. Then here I have annotated this class with @main actor as well as @Godot. Then here I have created a method which needs to be called from the Godot side. So here we are getting hold of our root view controller, so that's what we are doing over here. Then here we are creating another view controller called PDF view controller. So yeah, you can just copy this as well. You can so this PDF view controller is basically a new screen which will display our PDF. We have to create this file. The model presentation style is full screen, and here we are presenting our PDF view controller. So I'll just copy this. I will go to my library. Yeah, sorry. Then I can just right click on it, new empty file. I will name it as PDF view controller and click enter. Then I will go again. I'll just copy some code and I'll paste it over here. So here you can see this is our PDF view controller, which extends from UI view controller. So this is just like we have Godot scenes. UI view controller is basically a new scene or a new screen inside iOS. So here we are importing UIKit as well as PDFKit. Then here we create our PDF view. This is the thumbnail view part, which I'm just showing it to you. You don't have to use it. Some people prefer thumbnail if the PDF is very large, so that's why I'm displaying the thumbnail section on the left hand side of the PDF view. Here we initialize our PDF view, and I'm setting the width and height accordingly because we want to display the thumbnail view as well. Auto scale is true, display mode is single continuous. You can play around with this value. Display direction is vertical, and then we add our PDF view to our parent view. This particular code, so I'll just comment out this particular code. So first I'll show you how to display a PDF which is like bundled with your application. So suppose I have a PDF whose name is sample, so make sure you change this name to whatever your PDF name is. Currently we can't just drag and drop the PDF file with this particular my library. It will not work for you, at least as far as I know. I was facing a lot of issues, but maybe you can try it as well. The project which we will export from Godot, inside that we will have to bundle this sample.pdf file. So make sure you change this name to whatever PDF file you have, and then we just create a document out of it and display it inside our PDF view. This particular part is for displaying a PDF from a URL. I will go into that later on. Then here we create our thumbnail view. Again, like I mentioned, if you don't want it, you can just comment it out, but then you will have to change this width and height, width actually, to occupy the entire width of the scene. So here we create our PDF thumbnail, and we just add it to our view. And here I have also created one back button, and on click of the back button we just dismiss it to the parent view controller or the parent scene of Godot, and we will be triggering all this action on a button click. So yeah, okay, then what I will do is I'll just close this. I will open the Godot folder which we have inside VS Code. I'll tell you the reason. Okay, so inside that we have this library, right? I also paste my cheat sheet as well. So inside this particular file we need to create a build.sh file. Now I always mess up creating this file from Xcode, that's why I'm using VS Code, but you can, if you prefer Xcode, please do it via Xcode or whatever text editor you are using. Also, one more thing, if you are getting a lot of errors like this, ignore these errors. Like Xcode does not play nicely with Swift Godot, that's why. Okay, then we just go to our library. Inside that we will create a file called build.sh. Okay, and here I will just copy this URL. So shout out to this guy Stefan who helped me create my iOS Swift plugin, first iOS Swift plugin. So I'll just copy this particular part and I'll paste it over here. Okay, then I'll just scroll up, and here you have to write your own library name. So in my case it is just my library, so I will just add that particular thing. Okay, and there is one more thing which we have to add is dash skip macro validation and a backslash. So I will just add it over here, make sure there is no space. Okay, so something like this. Then again I'll just open my terminal. I will cd to the Godot folder which I have created. I will cd to my library folder, clear everything out. Okay, then again I'll just go back to my cheat sheet. I'll close this, and firstly you will have to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Then we have to run this particular command. Now I'm not planning to deploy this app to Apple App Store, so I can just generate the debug framework. That's fine with me. But if you're planning, you instead of debug you will have to write release. That's the only change. Okay, so I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Now this will take a little bit of time to generate the framework. So in the meantime I'll just open Godot game engine. So in the meantime I'll just open Godot game engine, and I'll just go to my library. So At the time of recording this video, I'm using Godot 4.3.0, but I don't think there will be any breaking changes as such if you are using some higher version of Godot. So just click on create, browse, go to downloads, and go to Godot folder or wherever you want to store this project, and I'll just name it this as my Godot project. Okay, I'll click on create and edit. Then I will just create a 2D scene. Here I will just create one button to open the PDF. Here is our button. Okay, and I'll just name it as open. I'll quickly save this. Also I will run this so that my root scene is selected. Okay, so here you can see now I can just click on this. I will click on add a script to this. I'll click on create. Again I will just cheat a little. I'll just copy some code which I already have. I'll just open this inside VS Code. So first we have to we have to create one variable to initialize this library. So that's what we are doing over here. I'll just close all this stuff. Then here inside ready we just initialize it. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so here this should be your own library name as well as over here. So here we just initialize our own library. We don't require any signals, so I can just remove this. And on button press we can just call open PDF, right? So I'll just copy that as well. So we have to add the press signal for our button. So I'll just go back to our button, and here inside node I will just add this press signal. I'll double click and click on connect, and inside that I can just add this particular bit of code. Okay, so this was the method name which we created on native iOS side. Then we have to create a bin folder. So I will just do it from Xcode, from VS Code itself. So just go to your Godot project and I'll create a bin folder. Inside that I have to create a file with our library name. So for me it is just my library.gd extension. Now the problem is if I go over here inside my Godot project, I'm not able to open this. I don't know why. But maybe they might fix it in future version. So that's why I'm using VS Code for this. And inside this .gd extension file, I can just copy this code from my cheat sheet and paste it over here. Now again, if you have generated release framework, you will have to replace this .debug with .release over here as well as over here. Now again, go back to your Godot project, go to project, export, add iOS, click on this fix import. Here you will have to enter your app store team ID. Now for if you want to get your app store team ID, you can go to this URL. It will tell you how to get your app store team ID. I'll enter mine later on, but make sure you enter it now only. And here you can give it some bundle identifier. So I can just give it as com.nobody.mygame. Okay, I'll close this. Now if I go to terminal, here you can see this was also succeeded. So I can just go back to my Godot folder. I can go to library, I can go to bin, I can go to iOS, and I can just copy this .framework folders which have been created. I can go back to my Godot project, I'll go to bin and I'll paste it over here. Now we need to export our project. Make sure everything is saved. So just do a command S as well. Okay, now before I export it, what I will do is I will just create one iOS folder inside my Godot folder. You don't have to do this. It's just that there will be lot of file after exporting. That's why I'm creating this separate iOS folder. Just go to project, export, click on export project. I'll just navigate to the iOS folder which I have created and I'll click on save. Now this will take a little bit of time, so be patient. Let's just wait for this to finish. Okay, so as you can see, my export was successful. The next thing which we have to do is we just have to go to the iOS folder, double click on this .xcode proj file. It will open it in Xcode for you. So here is our project. Now the important thing, don't forget to bundle your PDF file to this. So here is my sample.pdf and I can just drag and drop inside this Godot project which I have. Make sure you check this checkbox. Also, every time you export, the sample.pdf will get lodged, so make sure you drag and drop it. I don't know of any other better way, so I'll just run my application. Also, let me try to mirror my device. Other thing is you have to run it on a real iOS device. It will not work on the simulator because of some graphics issue. So yeah, let's just wait for this to load. So this is for PDF file which is bundled with your application. Next for PDF, okay, I think for the very first time we always get this. I think I might have to run it again. Let's just wait. Okay, I have to run it again. I don't know what this always happens with the Godot project. Every single time I run it for the very first time, these things happen. But when I run it for the second time, things work fine. So let's just wait. I don't know why it is taking so much time. Okay, so finally here our project is ready. I'll just click on this open button, and here you can see the PDF was displayed. Also the thumbnails was displayed as well to this. So I've just taken this random PDF. Okay, so hopefully you got the point. Now for PDF which is located on a server, so I'll just close this iOS project which we have opened. We'll have to go back to our library. Just go to your PDF view controller and you can just uncomment this one. Okay, and you can just comment out this one and uncomment this particular part. Now here I have just pasted some dummy PDF on my server. Don't try to use this URL because by the time you watch it I will be removing this PDF. So yeah, make sure you use your own PDF or server URL. So yeah, once that is done, you can again go back to your terminal and you can just run this command again. So let's just wait for this to finish. In the meantime, I'll just go back to my Godot folder. I'll go to my library. So here you can see it has finished. I'll go to my library. I'll go to bin. I'll go to iOS. I'll just copy these two folders and I'll go back to my Godot project. I'll go to bin and I just paste it over here. I want to replace. So I have replaced both. Then again go back to your Godot project, and here you will again have to click on this export project button. Click on save. Yes, override. So again this will take a bit of time. So once that is done, again you will just have to come to your iOS folder and double click on this .xcode proj file and open it inside Xcode and run it on your device. So let's just wait for that. I'll directly show you guys the output. So next I just have to go to the iOS folder, double click on this .xcode proj file and again run it on Godot on our iPad device or iPhone device, and hopefully it should work again. Let's just wait. So internally PDFKit is smart enough to download. So here is the output. If I click on this open button, here you can see our PDF is displayed. Now this is just a dummy PDF file. It has nothing inside it, but hopefully you got the point. Thank you for watching. Bye.